guys, Christina with Forever Bored Soapery here, and I finally am making soap today. I feel like I haven't done it in forever. I'm kind of excited about finally getting to do it again. This is kind of the why I do what I do is because I really enjoy making soap. So I have you guys here with me today. I've got my oils here, my lye water solution, stick blender, kaolin clay. I'm making my Leonidas' Addiction today with Pumice. Previously, Leonidas' 50 Shades with Pumice. Of course, we're changing that name. I've talked about it in past videos. The younger generation just really gets uncomfortable with that 50 Shades name. So we're gonna change it to Leonidas' Addiction. I've got my pumice here, and I've got my fragrance oil. I'm using Windy Point's 50 Shades fragrance oil today, and we are good to go. So the only thing I need to do really quickly is I forgot to double check the fragrance limit here. So I'm just gonna do that quickly and double check what the percentage is. I don't want to assume it's 5% on this one. I think it might be a little bit different. So I'm going to double check that. Then we'll get our fragrance and everything mixed up. My goat's milk is ready to go now as well. And I think we're good to get started. So here we go. I'll be right back. Okay, so I went and did a quick peek there at the usage rate on the 50 Shades. It is actually 3.2%. which works out to be about 124 grams. So we will do that, get that measured out here, just so that I have it ready to go. Okay, so I just made my scale into grams, because for some reason, every now and then, it likes to default to ounces. I do everything in grams. I'm just gonna do 120, so not quite the 124, but I'm okay with just being a little bit less. Keeps me from going over. And then I do need to add my kaolin clay to this. So for my recipe, I do approximately 2 tablespoons, so 3 teaspoons of kaolin clay. In my batch. And then I've got my colorant. So this batch, I think it works out to be 13 pounds. So I could go with 13 teaspoons. I don't. I'm just gonna do, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna do 6. I do like to have a fairly vibrant color in this guy, but I think 6 should be more than enough of this Mica Royal Blue that I'm using. And I was very proud of myself. I did have a recipe and fragrance notes and our fragrance soap notes with all my fragrance limits and everything else all done for this soap. I was very proud of myself. Had it all mixed up, how much pumice I use, everything. And I decided to clean out my old space at home where I had my binder full of different recipes and fragrances and whatever, and just clean it all out, and I threw it out. So we're starting again. So for today, now that I'm doing these videos, the nice part is I always have the video to refer back to. So that's working out really well for me. So at this point, we've done our 6 teaspoons of kaolin, 6 teaspoons of the mica, 120 grams of the fragrance oil, and then we have our pumice as well. The pumice, I'm just not sure when I want to add it. I think this fragrance oil does accelerate just a titch. I don't think it's too bad, but I do think it does do it. but I think I'm still gonna add it just after. I'm gonna add the fragrance oil, get the colorant mixed, and then add the pumice. So I think we're gonna hold off on that. And we do want a tablespoon guy. We'll try one of these cups. This guy's only a half tablespoon, but I think it'll do the trick here. So if we assume a tablespoon, again, per pound, that's 13. I don't think that's gonna be big enough. So let's go, it's gonna be 26. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 14. That's 20, guys. All right, so that's 26. I just want to have that pre-measured out in case we have to move quickly. So we've got that. I am still struggling a little bit with allergies, guys, so if I sound a little weird here and there, I don't know. It is what it is. If I'd stop snuggling my pigs, which I'm so allergic to, I'd be fine, but right now they are just being so sweet and snuggly that here I am, allergy season. Okay, so I've got my oils going on here. I am just gonna add in my coconut oil. Okay, coconut oil is in there. She's looking good. Just gonna grab my goatee milk, nice and warm, looking lovely as well. And we'll get that mixed in. So that looks beautiful. I found these cool containers, guys. I ordered them off Amazon, but they are just big enough to hold my lye water batch for my 4 loaves. So I've got my water and my lye in here, all mixed up. I'm gonna order some more. And these are gonna work really well for me to be able to pre-batch, but have them in individual, so I'm not pouring big jugs. Or I just feel like everything else I've had is kind of unstable, where this has the twist on lid so I can spill it and things aren't gonna, or like tip it and whatever, things aren't gonna fall out. So I'm liking these containers. They did come from the States, unfortunately, but I couldn't find any in Canada that were that size. There's a size lower that I was able to find from, is it Ziploc maybe? But yeah, it wasn't doing what I needed it to do, so it wasn't big enough. Okay, so my oils and my lye got to be mixed. So we'll just twist the top off and dump this beauty in there. And then we will zip it up here quickly. Bear with me, I'll be back. I was trying to remember if I liked this stick glitter or not. It's very strong. I actually don't think I like it. It kind of suctions down into the bottom. It's hard to move around. See? If I lift it up, I splash it. because I can't kind of move it around freely, it's like suctioning down into the bottom. It's not mixing super great here. We're getting there. Looking pretty good. I'm just gonna give it one more zoom. Good here. I think we're emulsified, so that's good. I don't want to go too much farther than that because, again, just if memory serves, this one will accelerate. Not crazy. I don't think it's insane, just enough though. So we're going to add all of our kaolin and our colorant in. I got blue everywhere. Give it a quick zoop and then we'll go ahead and add in. You guys can see this color, it's so awesome. So you can see the color there, so beautiful. It's not quite mixed all the way, but we'll get the rest of it with the pumice here. So we're just going to sprinkle this in here. And we don't want to go too crazy because I think the pumice will actually affect the stick blender. We don't want it mixed in. Just want to make sure it's kind of spread throughout the soap. It's not all piled in one spot. She's looking pretty good here. Such an easy soap, this one, to make. Just because it's all one color and beautiful. It's looking a little more green than I remember it being. Maybe I honestly don't remember if I used the royal blue last time though either. So maybe it'll darken up when it sets, potentially. Yeah, just she's just looking a little bit streaky, like oily, but I think that's for the pumice and when the stick blender goes through separating the pumice, so that's okay. Again, sorry guys. Whew, is it cold? Okay. For allergies, not a cold, allergies, they're just crazy. So I've got my beautiful molds here. Loving these guys. Wait till you guys see this color. It's just, love it. This is, those teal and aquas and marines are all my favorites. These are just gorgeous. Now what's gonna happen with this guy, because I've added the pumice, I should have some extra soap. Not a ton, but a little bit. So we are gonna really fill these guys up. Did you see me do this? There's a nice spill here, guys. What the heck? What the heck was I doing? Apparently I missed the container altogether. Have we talked about how messy I am? I think we have. This container is probably not the best for mixing. I like it because my stick blenders aren't, the sticks themselves aren't super long. So when I use my round containers that have a little bit more to them, they the stick blender can kind of get buried the further than you want it to be, and that's a bit of a problem. Oh, I'm just messy today. Okay, this little spatula isn't cutting it. Bear with me. I've packed everything up. I have a candle making class tonight, guys. So I packed up, like, all of my spatulas are packed up. We're doing the bath salts as well. And basically all my good working materials here are all packed up for this class. So I'm making do with all the little things that I have left, and it's not ideal, for sure. All right, let's give this some beat downs and see where everybody's really at. This one is looking fantastic. This one also looking good. Look at this, like I'm just messy today. I haven't made soap in a while. We'll blame it on that. This shirt's gonna have to go home for a wash. Okay. Also doing great and good. Now, I don't have any of this soap left to recall what it was that I did on the top last time, but I'm leaning towards doing nothing. I don't know. Tends to be more of a men's soap, so plain is fine. And I'm just looking at my shelves right now. I don't have a lot of bars that are just that flat top, no design. I think I'm gonna leave it just as it is, as just a plain flat top. Let the pumice kind of be the center of attention here. I think that's gonna be my plan. And we'll go with that. I do feel like there's a lot of leftover soap in here this time. But again, we're gonna blame that on not having the proper tools, so the right spatula to kind of clean it out with. And because I don't want to put all this pumice in my washing machine, I am going to basically just toss this rag. I'm not going to keep it. And these rags I get from Canadian Tire. I got this batch from just the big bags of extra rags. Of course, if you have old towels and things like that at home, you can cut them up and use them, recycle, whatever. But these rags are pretty cheap, and when I opened the shop, I just wanted to make sure I had a plenty good stock kicking around here of them for things like this, just cleaning things out and all that good stuff. So I picked up a couple bags, and it's worked out really well. They've been lasting me forever. I maybe toss one every few months sort of thing, like it's not very often, so I can reuse the heck out of them. And they're surprisingly long lasting. Like I've washed them and used them. Yeah, it's been good. So that's it. That's all I got. So I've got my Leonidas's Addiction. Looking good there. I'm loving the color. I'm very curious to see if it goes crazy darker, but even if it stays this color, I'm really loving this aquamarine looking kind of thing going on here. Pretty big fan of it. And that's my soap for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video today. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and I will bring you back for the cut probably tomorrow. It should be ready tomorrow. Hey guys, Christina back here with Forever Bored Soapery. I'm just back for the cut. Still playing with my voice, guys, so sorry. It is what it is, but I just so happy to be making a soap video again. It's just been a few weeks that we're doing it, bad voice or not. It is just allergies. I'm not dying or anything crazy like that. It's just is what it is. This is the Leonidas' Addiction with pumice in it. So really nice exfoliating scrub, kind of get you that deep clean. If you've got the greasier hands or just really dirty work that you're doing, this should really get everything nice and clean for you. It did have a bit of soda ash on it. It's not too bad, but it has a little bit. So I'm just gonna give it a quick steam because I do want it to be nice and shiny. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. You will notice, I know yesterday I showed you a little bit of the color. It was kind of like that teal aquamarine kind of color going on. It did change back to the color that it was last time, so it definitely does do some color morphing, which is fine. I love the color yesterday, but this is definitely the color that it was last time, so I appreciate that it still is the same color. That made me very happy. Alrighty, and we're just gonna give this guy a quick steamy. This is a super cheap steamer that I got off Amazon, but she does the job. She looks really good. I'll show you. Kind of one to the other there. She looks really good. Set that one off to the side. So beautiful. I love that this works to get rid of the soda ash. Most of the time, I'm not a fan of the soda ash. Every now and then I'll do like a rusticy looking bar that I don't mind it on and I'll leave it, but 99% of the time I don't want it on my soap, so it's nice that I have an option to get rid of it. Set that over there. Okay, so my lovely cutter out. Because we've been having nothing but problems, I'm just double checking my wires that they're all intact, and they are. It hasn't given me a problem the last couple times. I think I've got it properly tightened now, but we'll just keep a close eye on it, make sure we're not having any further issues that we don't want. I just gotta pop my gloves on here, guys, because it gets sticky. So I'm about to start getting super busy. Market season starts next weekend. I've got Saturday and Sunday that I'll be working at the markets. And then we've got, what else do we have? The following weekend, I have a class that I'm teaching at an event here in town. So it's about to get just a little bit hairy for me. I'm thinking what I might do is actually close the shop on Tuesday because I am working Saturday and Sunday. I still drive school bus, but I'm thinking I should give myself a little bit more time off, some downtime, because I think if I get too crazy working too many days, there's possibility of just burning out from being so exhausted. And I do find markets themselves very draining for myself. I enjoy them, I like doing them, but that much socializing and the setup and the tear down and all the things that go with it, I do find that very draining. So I'm probably going to do that and close the shop on the Tuesday just to give myself a little break in there, so I'm not too tired, especially with having a class the next weekend too, and we're just starting to get to that point where we're going to be going nonstop. Can you guys hear my chair? It's driving me crazy. It's squeaking all over the place. And my family has just started messaging that they want to do a camping trip. I love the location that they chose. It's down by Drumheller. It's where one of my sisters and my mom lives down there and whatnot. So it's a great spot for it. The timing in theory is good. In practice, I'm a little bit hesitant at the moment. I can't book anything because it is busy season for me at the shop. So I have to really think about, do I want to be closing at that time when that's when I should be making money, and not just the shop but at markets and whatnot. It's just busy season. Or do I want to take that time for family? As well as, I think I mentioned in some past videos, my husband and I are thinking of becoming foster parents. We technically would be done all of our training about that time. So I could end up in a situation where we can't go, potentially, if just depending on if we have a child or if a child's coming in or out, or if they, they might have some family obligations to meet, that sort of thing. So, or they just may not be allowed to travel even. So there's a lot of considerations there that we'll have to see how it goes first. I forgot to kind of share these with you guys. I'm just doing my job and ignoring you, but maybe I'll share some soap. There is the bar. I'm not sure you can see it on the camera, but it's the pumice kind of throughout. It's got a good ratio. I can see it kind of pretty much throughout the bar entirely. It looks really good, like it's not all pooled in one area or anything like that. The smell is really good. Very big fan of this fragrance for sure. Just not a lot to see because it's one solid color today, guys. It's just a beautiful color. Still that kind of oceany blue color, which is really great. Oop. But so these guys will probably take a solid 4 weeks to cure. They're actually feeling just a titch soft, which must be the fragrance. And I'm noticing on the edges themselves, they're just a titch still kind of sticking to the sides here a little bit. So they're definitely probably going to need that full 4 weeks, if not a little bit more potentially. We'll see how she does. Overall, looking pretty good. I don't know what I was doing here exactly, but we're just gonna move some things around. I don't have enough room for all 4 on here, my 4 rows. I got them too tight together. guys. This was just poor planning on my part. Bear with me. Still trying to have them spaced out enough, but closer together so I can get all four on my rack. What happens if I get too close to the edges, it gets actually hung up on the rack and it'll cut like indents into the sides of my soap, which is just very frustrating. So I have to have them fairly into the middle. However, these racks fit just right, my 4 loaves. So I get a good batch on each one, which is nice. Okay, so that is my Leonidas's 50 Shades. See, I'm still calling it 50 Shades, guys. Leonidas's Addiction, formerly known as 50 Shades, is ready to go. Give me about a month, as I said, and they should be on the shelves. This one, I will do my best to get it on the website as well when it's ready. It is one that I'm trying to keep in stock all the time. So we'll try and get that back on the website for you guys to buy. And we'll be good to go. If you have any questions or comments, please do leave them below. Like, share, subscribe, do all the things. It's always greatly appreciated, any subscribers that come out. I love having you. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.